What's up, everybody? Honest Abe here. You'll probably hear my some peeping in the background. Those are my fresh batch of chicks that I have. They're in an incubator hanging out in the next room. So if you hear some peeps, that's what's going on. Uh, I'm a farmer. Deal with it. Anyway, so censorship watch. I told you this is going to happen, and we've only we've only seen the testing of the waters, and this whole thing with Alex Jones is just the first big move on the chessboard. So now, Twitter, even though they said they released a statement, which I put in my last video, where they weren't going to try to do this kind of thing, they have now deplatformed Gavin McInnes and his Proud Boy organization. Um, same ridiculous, vague excuses over. They said they're inciting violence, which I've never heard the Proud Boys do. Proud Boys have been made out to be bigoted, whatever, which is ridiculous because there's chapters of Proud Boys all over the globe, and they call themselves Western chauvinists. And so people hear chauvinist and they attach it to an old thing that people used to hear, which was male chauvinism, and they just assume that chauvinistic is automatically a bad thing. Um, it just means that they're uncompromising in their idea that Western values are superior. That's how they feel. And some of those things I agree with them on. There's some of the things in Proud Boys that I don't really agree with. And I don't really want to get into that because we'll be getting away from what I'm trying to talk about here. So they're being deplatformed. And this is the thing that I've been trying to tell everybody, is it doesn't really have to do with political standings or hate speech or any of that stuff. That stuff is the veil. It's the cloak over the bigger issue. And what it's about is control. It's about control, and it's about the money. And it's about this whole I know that people get weird when you say deep state, because deep state is also a blanket statement for all of this stuff, but it's all connected together, and the government is absolutely part of this, and they have tremendous amount of influence and can pressure any one of these platforms to do what they want because they have been funded by the government, our tax dollars. And now we're being told and deplatformed by people who have not been elected. Is this the world that we are accepting to live in? I don't think so. I don't want to live in that world where monopolistic companies funded by the government, run by people that we don't vote for, have ultimate say on who gets to be or who gets to have a platform to speak on. I mean, this is bad, and the problem is not going to get solved because I know that I've gone on record and said that I think that we should have some sort of constitutional amendment, some sort of internet bill of rights to make sure that we don't have these monopolies. Because other platforms like Minds, Gab, I know that people think that they're they're somehow alt-right sites because they believe in free speech and just letting people say whatever they want. That's how they've been labeled. Because, I mean, how much more of an authoritarian thing do you have other than just saying, well, we don't like what they say, so they gotta go. We don't like their values or whatever, so they gotta go. And the other dangerous part is when they come for you, not if, when they come for you, because you're going to say something that is out of line. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, but you will say something that doesn't fit into the box that they want you to stay in. And they're going to deplatform you. They will silence you. They will punish you. This is authoritarian. The censorship boat will come to your town and take you away to a deserted island somewhere and drop you off with the rest of the people. Maybe someplace like Gitmo. I mean, I'm laughing, but I could go on like a giant, oh, it's the deep state, and we gotta take them down, and this is war, 1776. I could rage like that, and that's why Alex Jones is has such a huge platform, because he goes like that, and people get revved up. And Alex Jones wants people to get revved up over some of this stuff because it is important. And I probably should be going on a giant Alex Jones crazy pulling my hair out tirade over this, because it is that big of a deal. Our system that we're supposed to live in, monopolies are not supposed to be allowed. And now our government is funding them. And they have say so. And these little pukes that send out their internet minions to hunt people down. I don't believe that Facebook has the time and the resources to just sit around and have people watching people's live streams looking for hate speech. Sure, they have algorithms that are trying to hunt stuff down, but these people are being flagged by opposition. And this Jarrett Holt worm, there's your Hitler right there. Somebody who can just decide and then send his minions out to destroy people. I mean, how does it get any more Hitlerian than that? And by the way, I don't think Jarrett Holt started it, but he definitely had some influence on this whole thing. And I'm sure that he has something to do that we can connect him to his hate of Proud Boys. And by the way, a lot of the stuff that Jarrett Holt put in his articles and his reasons for wanting to deplatform Alex Jones were baloney. You cannot find any, if they would be there, they'd already be floating around and people would be sharing them all over the place. Yeah, you have Alex Jones going on tirades, but I haven't heard him call to violence or call him for any hate speech or anything like that. Never. Alex Jones has always been anti-war since as far as I've known. And I guess Alex Jones popped up on my radar maybe 2006 or 7, somewhere in there. I haven't heard any of that. And people are so scared to go, well, I'm not defending Alex Jones. I'm defending it. No, fuck that. I'm defending Alex Jones. He has a right to speak. And I don't care what his conspiracy theories are. You don't think chemtrails are real? That's for you. You don't think they're putting chemicals in the water that are making amphibians have both sexual organs? Fine. The thing that he said about Sandy Hook, he walked back. I mean, what he said about Sandy Hook, you could be irritated by it. Fine, but turn it off. Ignore it. But today it's Gavin McInnes and the Proud Boys. Who's it going to be tomorrow? I mean, there's a long list. I mean, Jared Holt made a list. Go look at it. I'm probably on that list at some point. I'm probably way, way at the bottom. Because hardly anybody knows me on YouTube because I don't have that many followers. But I have tons of friends and people who have talked to me on my live streams on Facebook. And now I don't mess with Facebook as much anymore, so I'm moving on. I'm probably going to start building up on mines if I can. I don't even really care how big my audience is or how small my audience is. I just say this so I can go on record. And if somebody else checks it out and agrees or disagrees, whatever, fine. It's great. You want to live in a police state? There you go. I'm not being hyperbolic. That's not a stretch of the imagination by any. How much more does Alex Jones have to say before they start calling for the cops to go knock on Alex Jones' door? Or Gavin McInnes, or Stefan Molyneux, or Steven Crowder, or anybody, Scott Adams. This is how you get empires. Haven't you fucking seen Star Wars? I mean, this should be really basic stuff, and people are defending this because, the chimps go on CNN, and thank God that more people are smoking weed and watching Teletubby reruns than there are people watching CNN. Thank God. But the chimps go on there and they're like, well, obviously Alex Jones was spewing hate speech and calling to violence. Like, fucking where? Give me some examples. You can't throw somebody to the lions just because. It's it's alarming. I wonder who it's going to be. I bet right now I'll make a prediction that somebody else this weekend will be deplatformed, and they'll try to sneak it under the rug. And Monday it'll be a story. I'm going out on tour. I'll be on tour for the rest of the weekend, so I won't be making any more videos. I don't know if I'm going to plug my band on this. I have before on other videos. I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that or if I'm going to have another channel to where I'll just talk about that kind of stuff. Anyway, that's off subject. But I am a musician. That's what I do. I'm also a farmer. I have a little ranch, raise birds, and try to do my own food and stuff like that. So if you get curious, maybe drop some messages. I'll let you know who my band is, and you can check that stuff out. And I also do session work and stuff. You've probably heard records that I've played on. There's probably at least an 80% chance that you have heard records that I played on. And I try not to brag about it. It is a thing that I do. It's not everything that I am, but it is a big part of my life. Anyway, and that's one of the reasons I don't want to be censored, because censorship boat always comes to Art Town. As an artist, I don't want to be censored. Are they going to punish me because of the material that I write about in my songs? What if I today was the 60s version of Bob Dylan? They going to come get me too? Because I'm singing songs about freedom and individualism and liberty, personal values. This is how it goes, kids. Watch. Certain artists will start being deplatformed as well. Hell, they already hate Kanye West because of some of the things he said. But guess what? He's getting bigger. Kanye is almost his own platform. I mean, when you can sell tons of records, there's your platform right there. They're going to have a hard time shutting somebody like him up because he's got more money, he's got more leverage. And to some people he's important. And they're going to have a really hard time shutting Alex Jones up, but they're trying desperately. And Gavin McInnes is the next guy. And if you don't think the government is involved at all, you're kidding yourself. You're kidding yourself. And the only people that are for this are the people that believe in big government and they think that that's okay. But I'm telling you, I grew up in the punk rock era. This is why I don't do censorship. We hated censorship. It went against everything that we stood for. And the man, the government, big control, monopolies, giant corporations. I'm still that guy. Why in the hell do you want jerks in suits who are not elected officials having this much say-so over your life? What you can see and consume. It doesn't... I just can't imagine how somebody wants to live in that world, where the government has control over just about everything they do. And we're pretty much there now. Just go about your day and look at everything that you see and touch and say, did the government have something to do with that at some point? Yes, it did. The government has something to do with every single aspect of your life, for better or for worse. Do you want more or less of that? That decision is up to you. So, I'll leave you with that thought. And till Monday, and I get back in town, I'll let you know how the tour went. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a good time. I enjoy playing with my guys. I'm blessed to have the dudes that I play with in my band. I know a lot of people say that, but I really am. They're my best friends. They're great musicians, and we have a blast. So when I get back from tour, I'll make you another video. And hopefully somebody else hasn't been deplatformed, and then my prediction will be wrong. But I don't think so. I think we're going to see something else this weekend. And there you go. We'll see what happens. See how my prediction powers are working. So, till next time, I'm Honest Abe. Defend the faith. We'll see you next time. Later.